Salam, hörmətli tamaşaçılar. Azərbaycan televiziyasının efirini HƏDƏF analitik informasiya proqramı davam etdirir. Əlbəttə, Azərbaycan Respublikası bugün beynəlxalq tədbirlərin keçirildiyi bir məkana çevrilib və bu tədbirləri biz keçirməklə əslində həm faydalı olmağa çalışırıq, təkcə özümüz üçün deyil, region üçün, dünya üçün, həmçinin də bu bizə imkan yaradır ki, ölkəmizi təqdim edək. Azərbaycan bu tədbirləri davamlı surətdə hər il demək olar ki, yüksək səviyyədə keçirməkdədir. Ona görə də bizim bu təcrübəmiz müxtəlif beynəlxalq təşkilatlar tərəfindən həmin beynəlxalq əhəmiyyətli tədbirlərin Azərbaycana verilməsi ilə nəticələnməkdədir. Bax, COP29-un, yəni BMT devizi altında keçirilən iqlim dəyişikliyinə həsr olunmuş bu beynəlxalq tədbirin Azərbaycanda bu il keçirilməsinin özü də bu mənada qəbul olunmalı, başa düşülməlidir. Bu nöqteyi nəzərdən Ada Universitetində artıq fəaliyyətə başlamış COP29 və Azərbaycan üçün Yaşıl Baxış adlı beynəlxalq konferansın əhəmiyyəti xüsusilə qeyd edilməlidir. Bu tədbirdə biz bilirik ki, dünyanın ayrı-ayrı ölkələrindən beynəlxalq səviyyədə tanınmış mütəxəssislər iştirak edib və bugün də Prezident İlham Əliyev həmin iştirakçıların, qonaqların qarşısında geniş çıxış etdi, onların suallarını cavablandırdı. Həmin qonaqlardan ikisi bugün HƏDƏF-in qonaqlarıdır, əziz tamaşaçılar. Mən onları sizə təqdim etmək istəyirəm. Mariya Pujo-Tadiç, o Xorvatiyanın Beynəlxalq İqlim Hərəkətliyi İnstitutunun prezidentidir. Thank you very much, madam, for your taking part in our program today.
Good evening, and thank you for inviting me for a very important program.
It's a pleasure for us to see you in our program. And second, bizim ikinci qonağımız isə, əziz tamaşaçılar, Professor Laszlo Vaşa, o Macarıstanın Beynəlxalq İşlər İnstitutunun baş məsləhətçisidir. Professor, thank you very much for your participation, of course, and it's every time delight to see you in our program. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'm happy to be here.
Thank you very much. And with your permission, I would like to start my program with Madam President. Madam President, of course, it is very interesting to get your opinion about this international event, which is, organized in Azerbaijani capital, Baku, in Ada University.
Yes, it is very important. I'm honored to be here for this very important event for organizing COP29 by the name COP29 and Green Transition or Green Vision for Azerbaijan. I think it's very important to hear how you follow this ambitious about cutting CO2 emissions, especially because your country pledged to reduce 40% of CO2 emissions on greenhouse emissions by 2050. So I think that you will achieve this goal, and it's very important for your country to have this very important conference in November.
Yes, Mr. Vasha, of course, you are speaking every time in my programs, and every time it's very, very interesting and useful, of course. And right now, you have participated also in this international conference. Your point of view is interesting also. Please, the floor is yours.
Thank you for your kind question, and I am always happy if you invite me to your valuable programs. Yes, this other forum organized every year twice, but this time the topic is, I would say, unique, but not unique in a sense that we know already that the COP29 will be organized in Baku, which is an incredible good and excellent opportunity for the country to show what efforts are made for these climate goals. And in addition, it was clear during our discussion, which took for almost 4 hours, but we just didn't feel the time because the questions and answers were so interesting. It was clear that this event of COP29 will be not just of climate politics importance, but also geopolitical importance, because eventually and hopefully it can contribute even to the peace process in the Caucasus and also in the broader geopolitical context. Let's say if the need for fossils are decreasing, it is changing the whole geopolitical and economic interests and processes in the region, which is forcing, let's say, Azerbaijan to further diversify its economy. So that is why it is important to talk about this event, and that is why I am happy that that the motto of this discussion of today was in connection with the COP29 and the sustainability and environment issue. So that was really unique this time, and besides we got an excellent overview how the different talks in connection with the peace are going on, and also what options, let's say, for example, the middle corridor can bring for Azerbaijan and this region.
Not just for Azerbaijan, it is important
for the region and for both, for the Eurasian continent,
yes,
in fact. Yes,
of course. I'll have the questions very details, importance, and I'll continue with you. Madam President, today climate change's problems are very dangerous because every time we are, hearing some informations about the, dangers of this problem for whole of world today. And in this regard, Azerbaijan, we know exactly in coming month will organize a very important, international conference, COP29. And what is your, attending from this international expectations? I would like to say this word, expectations from this COP29, and what can you say about the capacity of Azerbaijan for for the organizing of this international event in the high level? I would like to get your opinion about this.
First of all, I would like to thank your country for organizing this very important event. I'm sure that it's not easy to organize this because last year in Dubai attended more than 90,000 participants. So you can imagine how effort is this and how hard it is to maintain all this conference. But anyway, I think that Azerbaijan has a lot of capacity for this, that it will be organized very well. But my expectation is that it will be very successful. Last year in Dubai, we pledged that we will triple the renewable energy resources. So I hope so, and we can hear it today from your president, that you will invest also in renewable energy. For us, from climate change perspective, it's very important that the whole world are together in this very important topic, because you can see obviously what's happening all around the world. And if we are not collaborating, if we are not together in this story, we will not be successful. You know what?
Yeah, I understood. Your colleague is said, Mr. President Ilham Aliyev, he was in front of the participants 4 hours, and he has spoken about different topics, of course, on the topics which is interesting for you and for your organization also. Did you, think about the cooperation with Azerbaijan when he was speaking, about the different aspects of these climate change problems and Azerbaijani steps? In this regard, do you have any plans?
Yes, of course. We help a lot of countries in this regard, and we are personally, I'm negotiator for countries since Paris Agreement for each COP. So I think it's very important to have such expertise in those days, because whenever you are preparing something as important like this conference, you have support. You have to have support. That support means with expertise, but also with many others manners. But I think it's very important for your country to find out what is your indices are and how you can achieve these goals. Because last year in Dubai, we established global stocktake. It's very important because we each 5 years we will have a review how we achieving our goals on the national level. So I think it's very important that your country could deliver this target. But also what I noticed, it is very important, I noticed that your president had a certain messages. It is very important that you choose one very strong message for your conference, because this message will be colorful for this conference. In Egypt, we have a message like together in implementation. Last year in Dubai, we have message action builds hope. So something like that. You have to have a strong message that will show what you want to do in your country about climate change. So I think it's very important for your country.
You know, Azerbaijan has very big, tremendous goals for the transition from traditional energy to new renewable energy system. And we have the tremendous plans. For example, in the liberated territories of Azerbaijan in eastern Zengezur, we have the big plans for constructions there, some centrals for production, green energy. And in this regard, maybe your country, Croatia, also can participate in this process. How do you see the perspectives in this direction? I would like to know your personal point of view. Maybe you can advise also to your government in this regard, because I can say that our country is not, they are not only friend countries, they are also brother countries, Croatia and Azerbaijan. Maybe we can cooperate in this.
Thank you for your kind words. I think it's very important. As I earlier, as I said earlier, it is very important for collaboration. But we have a huge experience in this topic of. Also to our International Institute for Climate Action, which is a great example of what we are doing. We established this institute 12 years ago, and this is association of experts. That means that we set up the all legislation about climate change, but not only about legislation. We set up the adaptation strategy, low carbon strategy, and I think for each country is the most important adaptation strategy. We have the phase of mitigation and we have the phase of adaptation. It's going together, but I think it's the most important thing, adaptation strategy. So yes, we can help your country with our expertise, and also now we have ESG. ESG is a tool how to transform economy on low carbon economy. How? In our country, because we are part of European Union, it's mandatory that a company introduce ESG, because it is environmental, social.
We are not part of European Union. We are part of European continent. Maybe you want to say, because Azerbaijan is not.
No. We as a country, Croatia is a part. That's the reason I said it's mandatory for us, because it's mandatory for the whole Europe, So we have to introduce the legislative under the national level. But anyway, for all the world, ESG is becoming something that you can not avoid, because ESG is a tool for transforming economy. So I think it's many things that we can collaborate in this regard. Yeah.
Mr. Vasha, it's interesting to know your opinion about the speech of Azerbaijani leader today. He has given some messages for peace process in our region. First of all, and foremost, I would like to know your opinion about this details of his speech, exactly peace messages, and how can you, analyze for us? Because he said we are very nearest to peace agreement with Armenia, and in this regard, of course, like as very, very important and big analysis of Europe, your point of view will be very interesting for our viewers.
Yes, indeed, President Aliyev stated that in his view, or in his understanding, the peace is very near, or could be very near. But meanwhile, while also the Armenian government expresses always its interest for continuing the peace process, meanwhile, there are several deals for purchasing weapons and other military equipment, and for sure it is not strengthening the trust. And what President stated, that after a while, this trust, which is now provided from Azerbaijan side, will be lost. And a good question. What will happen after, but at least the peace process will be stopped. And in our view, at least in Central Europe, or at least my view on the situation is that at this point, Armenia should be more interested in the peace than Azerbaijan. But Azerbaijan is generous enough to provide several solutions how to solve the problems. But it is obvious that the Armenian Prime Minister is in a kind of under the pressure of the Armenian diaspora in the West, especially in France, and also by the internal domestic politics of Armenia. So basically, on paper, everything goes smoothly, but in fact, there are some signs which are not showing a very positive outlook for this purpose. It is also clear that that Azerbaijan can realize all the projects which are planned for the near or the future, near future, and in fact, Armenia is not really needed to any of it, except the Zangezur corridor, where the solution is still not provided. That is why it will be realized on Iranian territory. But if we look the big picture, middle corridor developments, how to deal with the different pipeline and cable projects, everything will go smoothly even without Armenia. And this is what we in Europe can't really understand, why the Armenian side is so passive or even opposing in some points this peace process.
I can tell you why. Because we see exactly how some foreign countries, menace to Armenia in this for the interfere to this process with negative mean. For example, France. Just today we have started with Armenia delimitation process in our front line between Azerbaijan and Armenia. And 2-3 days ago, Azerbaijan and Armenia vice prime ministers there, they have signed a very important historical document for the starting to this process. But every countries, big countries also, they have supported to this process. Only France is very silent. You have spoken just right now about the influences from Armenian diaspora in France. But in this regard, we can say the Armenian diaspora is ruling France state, yes. But if no, why Mr. President of France is very silent in front of these very historical processes? We would like to know your opinion, Mr. Vasha?
Look, my answer is, or my opinion is that Armenia should just investigate Central European history.
And why I say that? Because we have support from United States for this process. We have support from European Union. For example, Mr. Charles Michel, he said, we are supporting this process from our heart. This is his word. We have support from Russia. We have support from whole United Nations also, Mr. Secretary General. Expectation is from...
the first part of my answer is that, first of all, Armenia should investigate the Central European history, and then they would realize that these Western powers, they were never stand by any allies in the East. So if they think that the Western countries will continue all these supports or anything political and even financial and military supports of Armenia or even other countries like Georgia or something, in case after a point they will be disappointed because these Western countries will disappear. In my opinion, the same will happen in Ukraine as well. After a point, they will look behind and nobody will be there. And the other issue is that regarding France, so indeed, yeah, most of, or all of the powers, Western powers especially, they are supporting because they are seeking for peace, because it is clear that it is the Western countries' interest to have peace in the Caucasian region. Why? Because, let's say, because of the middle corridor developments. They would like to have a safe environment in this very important corridor in the southern Caucasus. But France, meanwhile, was pushed out, in fact, from Africa. So now they are looking for another subject of influence and for their kind of imperial behavior where they can exercise their regions and others. And now they try to do something in Ukraine, in Armenia, just to maintain the feeling that they are still an empire. This is my personal opinion, but it is very clear that but they are now more busy in Africa, in the Sahel.
There is no Africa here. Yeah. Because so I can say the Africa peoples also they had suffered from French imperialism.
Yeah, they did. So the coup d'état happened because of that. That is why France was pushed out.
It's a very strong country.
Yes.
And we will be never, very silent in front this aggression position of France.
French but Armenia is welcoming them, so it is.
It's impossible. They are supplying, for example, India, Greece, and France. They are supplying with weapons Armenia. What is their goals? Aim. I would like to know their aim clearly and openly and sincerely. We would like to know that war is important for these countries, or peace and very progressive, developing Caucasus region is important for them. We would like to know their logic, Mr. Vasha.
Yes, I think in the case of Greece and India,
because today our president also he emphasized, about this fact also, and what he said. He said that Azerbaijan will never be silent in front of this process if we see the real, aggression action. We will take some measures.
In case of France, it is clear they are interested in maintaining these tensions and this conflict zone somehow, probably hoping that then it will cause problems for Russia. But in case of Greece and probably partially also in India, but I don't know what kind of international political games India right now is playing. But I see they are just doing business rather than politics. But in the case of France, it is clear. It is not just business, but also politics, and they have political goals with it what I mentioned.
Yeah. Madam President, of course, it is, will be very useful for us to get your advices to our same object organizations in Azerbaijan. What can you say them like as advice? Because we are, in the process of preparing COP29. And in this regard, I am absolutely convinced that your advices will be very productive and useful for them. Please.
Thank you very much. First of all, if you allow me, I just want to comment on this. I'm really sad when I see all this situation with war and everything, because as you know, we had also war in Croatia and we suffer a lot. So I think never a war is a solution for something. You have to sit for the table and talk about some problem. But it's a problem also for us for climate change, because we can see obviously that something happened, that some issues are coming. So peace, as your president mentioned very nice today, peace and stability is very important for us. And of course, we can help with our expertise, we can help with our goodwill, but we can, you will see when you will have this very important conference, how attitude, how passion, especially young people coming with those passion, for this conference. And I think for those young people, we should do something very nice. And I hope so that this conference will be finished with some agreement, which will be very helpful for us, with some good decisions. And I hope so it will be peaceful. Because without peace and stability, we couldn't achieve any goals. I attend at the NATO conference in Stockholm. I've been moderator for the very important panel about climate change. And finally, we finish with the conclusion, peace is everything, stability is everything, and we should deliver our common goal together. So I think that it's not time or have a war, something like that, because we are under the huge threat of nature. So we have to do something. And I will gladly participate into your conference. I will participate as negotiator for a country, but I'm on your disposal for everything what you will need from my side, my expertise.
Yeah. Madam President, especially I am not asking the political questions to you because you are not a politician, but like as human, I would like to get your point of view. Why? Because during 30 years, Azerbaijani 20% of our territories were under occupation of Armenia. And we have, more than 1 million refugees and internal displaced from their homeland. And during these 30 years, some big countries, for example, like France, Russia, and the United States, they were co-president of Minsk group of OSCE, because this group. During 30 years, they are doing some negotiations process between our countries. They were mediation role in this process. And during 30 years, the big countries, they were silent in front of this occupation and barbaric occupation. If Mr. Vasha, I am absolutely convinced he has seen all these territories which were destroyed by Armenian armed forces. And they were silent during 30 years, and today Azerbaijan just has liberated his territories, and they are attacking with some, some pretexts against our country. Why this unfair attitude to my people, to my country? We would like to know the reason of this, unfair positions some big countries. We would like to know, because you have suffered also this
we suffered also
very same problem.
Yeah, same problem. As you said at the beginning, I'm not a politician, but I really do not know why the people doing such things to the other, because we had a war also, and sometimes we thought that we do not have this information as we are on the same place, We can see on our eyes what's happening, and we can hear from the other side some disinformation, So
yes, disinformation.
A lot of disinformation is coming, so that's the reason I think that the most important thing, very good communications, because without communication you can't achieve anything. But in this situation, I really do not know, but I think that they have to have certain attitude, that they have to show, as into my country, in one moment we have to let's say, take the arm in our hands and try to do our own way, to liberty, to do liberty for our people, So,
the attitude is important.
Attitude is
and
very
moral
important.
aspect of this attitude.
Yes.
For example, some representative of European Union, what he said that if Azerbaijan occupied some territories of Armenia, we will take some actions against Azerbaijan. And my people ask this very important question. And what he say, Azerbaijani people, you were during 30 years when Armenia occupied our lands. What is the difference, my people and Armenian people, if you are defending Armenia? We can't understand this attitude. Can you explain, like as European citizens?
Yeah, it's very hard to say. It's very hard to say. Maybe there is some different interest, then some different opinion. I really do not know about this. So, whenever you have many countries involved in this, that is something like misunderstanding, but they have to sit together to talk about this problem, to finally find a solution, as we find solution for our country. But 30 years is a long period, it's a really long period, and many things are changed, even on a daily basis it changed. So, yeah.
When we have returned our territory, do you know what we have seen there? All destroyed cities, villages.
Wow, my God!
You can see this. I think tomorrow you will visit to Lachian region also. You will see these facts. And after that, these countries. They are, saying, and Azerbaijan, should do that. Azerbaijan could, do anything for this, peace process, etc. It's a moral position also, we can say openly and obviously. Exceptional was every time our brotherly country, Hungary. Because, in the eve of this war, the foreign minister of brotherly country, Hungary, Mr. Szijjártó, he was in my program, and what he said? He said, we can, yes, we are a European country, yes, we are a Christian country, but we are supporting Azerbaijani position, because its position is fair position. We are supporting Azerbaijani territorial integrity.
Yeah,
he has stated this, fact openly and obviously and clearly. Why, Mr. Vasha?
Yes, because Hungary is a brotherly country, but we also have such losses and such periods in our history when a neighboring country occupied the territory, different regions of our country, so we fully understand. So don't forget, we lose 2/3. I mean, also including Croatia, but it's a special relation between that time Croatia and Hungary, because Croatia was also part of the Austrian-Hungarian monarchy, but with a quite high independence and autonomy. But Hungary lost 2/3 of its territory, 2/3. 60% of our territory we lost. Was Slovakia, 2/3 of Romania, the northern part of the nowadays Serbia was belonging to Hungary. It was 100 years ago, so we still feel the losses despite the time being. So
like Azerbaijan, because our front line
yes,
also
exactly.
is our historical.
So this is one reason, and the other reason is for sure that we really feel that we have something common with the Turkish nation, because in our ancient history we were living together for a shorter or longer period. We are nowadays part of the organization of Turkic states as an observer member, and we are quite active. And we do think that we have something to do, and we have something common with Central Eurasia and Azerbaijan, and these feelings when Foreign Minister Siarto expresses these statements and feelings, these are honest feelings, really.
Honest, yeah.
So if we come to Azerbaijan,
he repeated his position in Yerevan also, in Armenia also. He said, yes, Azerbaijan is right. Yes. Thank you very much for this position.
Yeah, it is a really honest feeling, and you see that we are doing a lot, not only for the reconstruction, rebuilding process, but also for the peace process, and also in the harder times we try to facilitate some talks and to do gestures and favors also for Armenians. We were involved into this exchange of the imprisoned soldiers and so on. We try to be important for our friendly countries in their affairs, and it seems, and we do hope that it is working and it is helping a bit, at least.
Yes. And last question of you both. During his speech, Mr. President of Azerbaijan, he has stated some messages for the whole of world. What are your opinion about the importance of these, messages for the world, according to your point of view, both? Please, madam.
First of all, due to my law background, I have to say that there are two very important components of each country. That means environment, that means land, and the people. If you have a land and people, you have a country. And he mentioned very important things. It is that he will save his country and save your people. So I think it's a very important message.
Yeah, the message is that Azerbaijan is strong and independent, and there is no space to dirty games and influences. So that was my understanding, and it is a really tough point, and I support it.
Yes. Okay, thank you very much for your participation in my program. And it was very productive conversations with you.
Thank you very much.
It was very delighted and pleasure and honor for me.
Thank you for the invitation.
Thank you.
Yes. Beləliklə, əziz tamaşaçılar, proqramımızın sonuna gəldik. Qonaqlarımızı bir daha xatırlatmaq istəyirəm. Xanım Mariya Pujo Tadiç, o Xorvatiyanın Beynəlxalq İqlim Hərəkətliyi İnstitutunun prezidentidir. Həmçinin qardaş ölkədən, qardaş Macarıstandan qonağımız professor Laslo Vaşa oldu. O isə Macarıstanın Beynəlxalq İşlər İnstitutunun baş məsləhətçisidir. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Beləliklə, əziz tamaşaçılar, bugünkü qonaqlarımızla aparılan müzakirələr çox faydalı olduğunu düşünürəm. bilirik ki, Adam Universitetində COP29 və Azərbaycan üçün Yaşıl Baxış adlı beynəlxalq konfrans keçirilir və bu konfransda Prezident İlham Əliyev çox mühüm mesajlar verdi. 4 saatdan artıq davam edən həmin dialoqda, həmin mesajlarda açıq-aşkar o göründü ki, Azərbaycan bölgədə çox güclü mövqelərə malikdir və dünyada da öz sözünü hər zaman deyir. Cənab Başkanın bir sözünü xüsusilə qeyd etmək istəyirəm. O dedi ki, Azərbaycan lideri göstərdi ki, bu bölgədə Azərbaycanla heç bir çirkli oyunlar oynamaq mümkün deyil və bunun nəticəsi olmayacaq. Əslində, bütün bu deyilənlərin, bugünkü apardığımız müzakirələrin də əsas ana xəttini məhz bu təşkil edir. Bu onu deməyə əsas verir ki, ölkəmizin, məmləkətimizin bu dirayətli mövqeyi artıq dünya birliyi tərəfindən də qəbul olmaqdadır və bunu dünyanın beyin mərkəzləri ki, bugünkü tədbirdə çox yaxından iştirak etdilər, onların təmsilçiləri də beləcə açıq şəkildə bildirirlər. Düşünürük ki, bu məmləkətimizin çox böyük uğurudur. Beləliklə, hədəfi yekunlaşdırırıq. Adam Universitetindən bu verilişi sizə təqdim etdik. Əziz tamaşaçılar, sağ olun, gəlin görüşlərə dək.